Setbacks were always a part of the plan. You just didn't know it. So right now, I'm a little bit sick, and I don't know if you can hear it in my voice, but this was what inspired me to make this video, because I feel like being sick is one of the biggest setbacks that we have, because we stop going to the gym, we stop working out, we don't eat as well, sometimes we have to take off work, we can't go to school, and it's such a big setback. Your body is just reset. But sometimes it's understanding that setbacks are essential. Setbacks were always part of the plan, but we just didn't know it. Because a lot of the time, our body does get sick because we are overworking. Our body can't handle all this stress and all these things that you're putting it through, that its immune system is a little bit weaker, and then you catch that virus, you catch the cold. But if you rested properly, if you took the time to properly take care of your body and to not overwork yourself, maybe you wouldn't have gotten sick in the first place. So now your body is forcing you to set back, forcing a setback on you. And it's the same thing with things in our life. Whether it's a dream that we're chasing, we're putting in so much effort and so much work, but we need to have setbacks in order for us to learn, in order for us to have that growth and development within our lives, because we are going so hard, we're putting in so much effort, so much time. But if we got to where we wanted to go without that setback, then we wouldn't be a person who is capable of holding on to that responsibility. It's if you got every little thing that you were working towards, you got everything you were praying about, would you be able to handle it, or would you lose it? Because a lot of the time you see people, especially athletes, they make so much money so early on that they don't know how. They're not financially literate, and then they blow their money on all these nice things and they go broke their first year, their second year, and after they're out of the league, when they stop making money, they're broke, because they didn't have those setbacks in order for them to understand and to learn about money. So it's looking at the things that you're going through as, what is the lesson in this season, this setback? What is it for? Why is it taking so long? Maybe because you are not ready. That's the mindset that you need to have. It's taking so long because if you got it today, if you got it tomorrow, you wouldn't be capable of holding on to it. You would lose it instantly. So if you didn't have to go through certain seasons of your life, and maybe you're going through the same thing again and again because you are not learning the lesson, that might be the reality of it. You're in a waiting season of your life, but you have not yet learned patience. You think, why? Why is this happening to me? And you didn't understand, maybe I need to wait. Maybe God is making me wait for these things because I don't have any patience in my life. This setback that I'm going through is for a reason. That's the mentality that we need to have. We have to look at the setbacks that we have in our life and look for the lesson, look for the purpose of the setback. Because you can have the mindset, there's two mindsets. You think that setbacks are for a reason, or setbacks just happen. And if you have the setbacks are for a reason mindset, you will always find the why the setback is happening. But if you don't, then you'll think that the world is against you, that you're just unlucky. But it's the mindset. Every little thing in this life is about the mindset that you have. Because you can look at problems, obstacles, roadblocks, setbacks as lessons, as I need to go through this to learn something. God is putting me through this because He knows that I need to learn. I have a lot of growth left in my life. And for me, I'm very grateful that my quote-unquote success hasn't happened so fast, because a lot of people, when they have quick success, they don't learn lessons. They have a big ego. They think that, oh, I'm so good, I did this all by myself. But I'm grateful for this waiting season of my life because it has taught me so much about myself. It has grown the relationship that I have with God. I have become closer to Him than I would have ever. And the reality is, if He blessed me right away, if He blessed me 2.5 years ago when I first started this journey, would I have the relationship that I have with Him now? No, I wouldn't. And that's a lesson from the setbacks. That is a benefit from the setbacks, because there are a lot of things that you would not have learned. And if you are having so many setbacks in your life, maybe it's because you haven't learned anything. You haven't learned anything that you are supposed to learn. And that's why it's taking so long, because you are not learning from the setbacks that are happening in your life. Because you can think that things just happen. Things happen and there's no reasoning behind it. And then that's why you will never learn anything. But if you have the why is this happening? What can I learn from it? What is the purpose behind it? That's when you will learn everything. And even if that's not the case, you will learn. And what's the bad thing about that? Learning is always good. So it's finding the reason for the setbacks in your life, because setbacks were always part of the plan. You just didn't know it.